Right, here we are, back again with Persona 3 FES. ChanceEm, your thoughts?
Well, it's nice to not be dead anymore.
Now
A
you
new
just don't
game, so I
exist.
guess I'm dug up.
I know, we're going to start this with the good opening. The one that doesn't just outright spoil. Paying attention. But
I do find it hilarious that for Persona 3 FES, they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna have this opening straight up start with spoilers.
yeah, pretty much. I think the specific scene they're showing there is... It's either the ending or it's like 60 odd hours into the game.
The scene that it starts out with is about 60 hours into the game.
Yeah.
It's not the direct ending. But it's still, like, a far enough point along that you're just like, excuse me?
Hmm. So we can mention this now because people will have forgotten by the time we get to it. But it's interesting that the second character shown in the opening is Ryoji. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do find that interesting. I was actually just thinking about that as it was showing. So it's just like, oh hey, we don't meet him for a while.
Without context, you're just not gonna know what's going on. But you can be like, huh.
Like it can get the cogs in your brain rolling of like,
Oh, that reminds me, I need to switch the game we're playing. Yep, Persona 3 FES. Burn your bread. Gonna hear that again till ending. I love the last battle version of Burn My Dread.
I do too.
I was honestly tempted to make it the closing song.
I feel like we should wait. Make it that much more special once we get
Oh yeah,
there.
I didn't put it as the closing song. Let's see what the closing song is. Tartarus Lobby. What's the starting song? Velvet Room. Aria of the Soul.
Where we last left off, we had just entered Tartarus.
Yep. Rock and roll.
Got a long ass staircase, have to come back down just to give a threat to Junpei.
Can't even go in there, right? Because Tsuru Senpai says no. It's okay. Back to the dorm. So yeah, Persona or Shin Megami Tensei? For me, it is Shin Megami Tensei. What about you, ChanceEm?
This is the game that got me into Shin Megami Tensei because of the surtitle on it. Like it's the game that I was like, this intrigues me enough to make me go looking for other games in this supposed series. And thanks to this is what led me to then picking up Nocturne, then picking up Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, picking up Devil Summoner, and then eventually getting my way to Persona 4 and Devil Summoner 2.
So you were very focused on the PS2 when you started the series.
That concludes
Yes.
the main portion of today's assembly. Next, we'll hear a word from the student council.
I had
Please
actually
welcome
just
the
gotten
new
my
president,
PS2 a year
Mitsuru
prior
Kirijo, from class
to picking up
3D.
Persona 3 FES.
Thank you.
And Persona 3 FES,
So, she did get elected.
like, I really
Well, I guess
enjoyed
she
it.
is the
I
most
played it the
popular girl
last
in
month
school.
of my senior year in high school.
You
So,
can
like,
say that again. There's like some kind of
I kind of
aura
had, like, a
around it.
connection with it,
Besides,
in a
this
sense.
school's owned by the Kirijo group,
And that's a
right?
part of what inspired me to go check the
Yeah,
other games. And
it
of course,
turned out
checking
to
the other
be like
games, I'm just
that.
like, oh, none of this is high school.
As I begin
But
my
I
term as
still
student council
very
president,
heavily
I'd like to share with
enjoyed
you my vision for this coming year.
SMT
It is my firm
more
belief
so than
that each of us
Persona
must
3.
accept
Not
the
to say Persona
responsibility of
3,
bettering
Persona
our
4, or
school.
anything is bad,
However,
or any of the other Personas are
change
bad.
cannot
It's
occur
just I
without
ended up
sustained
finding
effort
myself
and an
enjoying the other
unprecedented level of
games a lot
commitment.
more.
Do you say you
That
enjoy
is why
SMT
we
more than
must
Persona
restructure our
3?
daily lives to accommodate this lofty goal.
Persona 3 specifically.
I'd like each of you
what
to
about the
dig
others?
deeply into your well of motivation and reevaluate your
Out of all the
convictions.
Persona games I've played, now I
To
haven't
imagine a bold,
finished
new
one.
future without
I haven't
losing
finished
sight
Persona
of the
2.
realities around you.
If I can speak, god damn.
That is
I
the
haven't
key.
finished Persona 1.
I'm certain that
entirely.
many of you have your own
I have it
visions
on
of the
PSP.
future.
I
For
haven't
us to
finished
reap
Persona
the
2
full
Innocent
benefits of
Sin
our education,
entirely.
your
I have a
participation,
friend that
ideas,
makes fun
and
of me because I got
enthusiasm
stuck
are
early
essential.
on in Persona 2.
Thank you.
As he should.
I don't have a copy of Eternal Punishment, unfortunately. I'm kind of kicking myself
That was freaking amazing.
for not ever getting that
So,
because I almost
you have
got
any
that
idea
for
what you just said?
$30 back in the day. But out of the 2 Persona games that I've played, and the little bit of Persona 1, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, and Persona 5 that I've seen, Persona 3 is the one that I like the most.
So if you like SNT more than Persona 3, that means you generally prefer SNT over Persona.
Yes.
None of these are accurate to what I feel.
Really?
Yeah, I want to tell him to fuck off. If only this was a mainline SMT game, we would eventually kill him. That would be so good.
Sure didn't sound like something a high schooler would say.
Fuck up, you.
If it was anyone else, we'd be laughing our asses off.
No, you'd be laughing your ass off, and everybody else would be looking at you like twat you are. Who's ready for more Junpei hate? Alright. Fuck you and your whirly bones.
That is an appropriate timing quote.
There wasn't an after credits movie clip, so you didn't miss that. Yeah, let me just pay attention to this. Yep, that's Mr. Yumi. I don't get to teach what I want to teach, so fuck it. I'm gonna teach what I want to teach anyway. And that's why Mr. Yumi is the best waifu.
I guess we're continuing the theme of hot for teacher.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate Persona 4 doesn't really have that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean you're not hot for teacher in Persona 4?
I mean, like, the only option in Persona 4 is really Kashiwagi. That is kind of it. Who actually makes a cameo in Persona 3 Portable. Isolated cloud suspended over the tall, snowy mountain. Oh, this isn't a quiz, okay. So when you have the option to go to sleep or stay awake, what do you do?
On my first playthrough of Persona 3, I I varied it. I would sometimes go to sleep, I would sometimes stay awake, and then of course on my second playthrough I was like, wow, I was a dumbass. Quite literally because of that.
Yeah, staying awake increases your academics. It's a good idea. Going to sleep has the chance of increasing your condition, which is something exclusive to Persona 3 that was never brought back. Right, now we can go around. Except I think today we have to just go home. Talk to everybody. Yeah, personally, back when I started with SMT, it was like, okay, so I started with Devil Survivor on DS, and then it was Strange Journey on DS. Awesome, definitely play it. Oh, absolutely. Thank God a bunch of stuff in this game wasn't brought back. It is great. It is my favourite, but some of the mechanics in it are more a pain than anything.
It's like, I love this game, but fuck this game.
Oh no, fuck you, I don't care what you're saying. And then after that, it was Persona 4. And Persona 4 was probably my favourite RPG for a while. And there was never really anything like Persona 4. Until, like, there was Persona 3 and Persona 4. And until Persona 5 came out, there still wasn't really anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Other companies tried. You've got stuff like Mind Zero, which is a game that nobody probably knows about.
I was actually just about to say Mind Zero. It's one of the few games I have on Vita, and I remember starting it up and being like, "What Persona thing is this?" Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was muted for that. The other one was Conception 2, and my big problem with that was it felt like they were spending too much time writing innuendos instead of making good gameplay. That's what I said while I was muted.
Thinking back to it, I think over time my feelings towards Persona 4 just kind of steadily got lower because I got tired of hearing about it so much.
Yeah, Persona 4 is the one a lot of people went with. It's easier to get into than 3 does. It's more refined, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
With Golden being on PC, it's also more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
It was also hoard out a lot more. Persona 4 Arena, which even though it has 3 Persona 3 characters, it's still a Persona 4 game. Arena Ultimax 4 Dancing All Night. Persona Q had a big focus on Persona 4, which is why when I played Persona Q, I was like, you know what, I'm going with the Persona 3 cast. I'm sick of Persona 4.
You had like Persona 4 the anime, and like didn't they do like a Redux version of the anime? But yeah, like for the longest time, I was just like, there's so much Persona 4 that I'm just burned out.
Okay, I was still muted again. Persona 4 is still a fantastic game, and we'll get to it, and it's really good. I intend to do it at least twice for the stream, once original, once golden.
And go ahead.
No, I don't really know what to say.
I was gonna say, I agree with Mir. I tried Persona 4 dancing because I do like music games, and I just could not get into that system.
No, I've never liked it. I think it's a bad system. I think it's too spread out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great on Vita. Playing it on TV is worse.
Yeah, see, I tried it on TV.
And like the big comparison I have to go with that is by the time Persona 4 Dancing All Night came out, I'd gotten a 3DX and I'd gotten Theater Rhythm Curtain Call.
That is a good rhythm game.
It really is. The system for it works. It's easy to see everything you need to do. Because one of the big problems with Persona 4 Dancing is it can be hard to keep track of everything. Not because it's fast, because everything's spread out.
Yeah, that was my biggest problem, is just you're literally having to look at all the corners of the TV at the same time.
Like I say, it's not much better when you're doing it on a small screen on the Vita. The fighting games are decent. Mostly just because Arc System Works developed them, and they were just kind of riding high at that point with their fighting game. Blaze Blue was going strong, and they were coming up to Guilty Gear's return with Exert. Persona Q, I feel, is... I didn't finish Q. I got through the first dungeon and quit partway through the second. Because I hated the characterization of the characters. One of the things that people really get into with Persona 3, 4, and 5 in particular is characters. The characters are great and they have good writing. And the big problem I have with a lot of the spin-offs and going through the stories of them is I didn't do Dancing All Night even for the story. And I didn't bother with Ultimax after doing Arena. There's a big problem with a lot of them, and Q especially, Q has it the worst, is they boil the characters down to easy to recognize traits.
Look! It's Akihiko-senpai!
No, that's why we can't do anything.
Oh, there he is!
And so, like, you get into
Have
Persona
you
Q,
noticed how popular
everybody
Akihiko-san
is
with
boiled down
ladies?
to 2 traits,
Man,
and
take
that's
a look at
all
that.
they talk about. That's their entire
I
personality.
didn't used to talk to him much.
Like with Akihiko,
but now I've got
2
a
traits
good
he has
excuse.
is that he likes to
I
box,
know he's the
and
captain of the
he's
boxing
into
team,
protein,
but
and that is
who would
all
have
he'll
thought
talk
he'd be
about.
such a chick magnet?
And by the second dungeon, I'm sick of it.
I mean, come on. You don't
And
even
then,
see
like,
girls
you meet up
flock
with
like
Persona
that
4
on
cast,
TV.
and
I wonder where they're
Chie,
going.
her entire personality has been boiled down to she likes meat and kung fu movies, and that's all she'll talk about.
Hey, are you guys free this afternoon?
And it's not like if you talk to Chie, that's all she'll talk
Hell
about.
yeah!
It's
What you got in
whenever
mind?
Chie talks in cutscene,
I want the
that's
2
all
of you
she
to meet
talks
me at
about.
Polonia Mall. You know where it
Because
is,
that's her
right?
entire
I'll be
personality.
at the police station. See you there.
And it's
The
grating.
police station?
It's really grating,
You
so I just
mean
quit.
we're not hanging out with
And
your
the
friends?
best thing about Persona Q was that it really showed
These
me that, like,
girls?
yeah, no, I'll be
I
into
don't
Etrian
even know
Odyssey.
their names. They talk so much they give me a headache.
So I quit Persona
Anyway, I'm
Q
gonna
and started
head
playing
out.
Etrian Odyssey
Don't
and
keep
Soul
me
instead.
waiting.
Because I like the
Oh,
map system and
can't
drawing
he
the
be
map
more
and stuff and
friendly?
exploring the dungeons.
But that's what makes him so cool.
Persona Q is a fine
Man,
game.
how can he
The
not know
characters
their
are awful.
names? I mean, seriously, just look at them. Ah, well, let's go.
I mean, let's go. Fuck off.
I was gonna say that's another series that I need to actually sit down and play is Etrian Odyssey.
It's really a shame about Etrian Odyssey. Fuck off following me, you creepy bitch. It's really kind of the sad thing about Etrian Odyssey. It's a series that could only ever work on a DS system.
Mm-hmm.
So weren't they
It's-
supposed to be putting one out on Switch?
I can't remember, to be honest. But it's something that's been on my mind lately of like how many series have basically died because of Nintendo's innovation over the years and these games no longer having a platform to work with because they were all based around Nintendo's innovation. And it's like these games that basically are lost to time
sir.
because how do you
These are the
remake a
guys I was
game like
talking about
that
earlier.
to port onto a newer system, let alone the fact that Nintendo doesn't
I was
even have an
waiting for you
eShop
guys.
anymore when it comes to that.
This is Officer Kurosawa.
But
He helps keep our squad well equipped. And this is from Ikutsuki.
yeah, could have been good on the Wii U if that hadn't flopped.
Really?
Atlas
Sweet.
only put out one game for it, as far as I'm aware.
You can't fight empty-handed. So
Meanwhile,
far as
Meanwhile,
I
I'm
feel
just
like. Officer
yeah.
Kurosawa has
Meanwhile, I'm just
connections.
sitting over here kind of sad
But
because like
these things
it's been
still cost
11
money.
years, almost 12 years, and
Of
no
course they
new
do.
Trauma Center
Nothing in
game.
life is free.
A series that I still very, very much
Well, I'll
love
see you
that will
later. Thanks
probably
again.
never come back again.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, they could. The Switch
I've been
has
informed
the
about you too.
gyroscope.
My job is to maintain
Shit,
peace in this
because they
city,
basically got working
regardless
like
of the
they
circumstances.
could do it.
I'm just an ordinary
They
police
could, but I
officer,
mean,
but it
They're
doesn't
not
take a
gonna,
genius to
probably
know
not.
something strange is going on here.
the time
Only
for it
doing
has
what I
passed,
think is right.
unfortunately.
Time is gone, and so have I.
And I bring up Trauma Center because every time I think of A Train Odyssey, I always think of Trauma Center because that's a part of how I found the A Train Odyssey series in the first place is because there's a Trauma Center cameo in the first A Train Odyssey.
Let's be fair, the reason you bring up Trauma Center is because you always want to bring up Trauma Center. You're always upset when we're
Yeah.
not talking about Trauma Center.
Yeah, it's a good series. Also by Atlas, so I mean, I'm not entirely, you know, out of context here.
So, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go with one-handed swords for this playthrough, I guess.
I love Mir's comment.
I think that specific point is the main reason why Persona 4 opens with its whole thing. Like, Yosuke's like, hey, I got knives! And someone sees and calls the police.
I do have to admit, I that is a good way to open Persona 4.
Oh yeah, no, your upperclassman just gave you 5,000 yen out of his own pocket, and you're in a bad mood because it was only 5,000 yen. Fuck off.
Speaking of fucking off.
Oh, no, look at that. First time chat from a bot.
Unfortunately, I don't have mod view up, and my phone crashed on me.
Let me see. Thank you, Sina. How it doesn't just give me mod view. As the streamer. Like, that's just irritating. I've got it here set up like show moderator actions. Cool. Can't do any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do I not qualify as a mod? Anyway, here's the Velvet Room outside Tartarus.
It's like you need to go inside the Velvet Room. Just go into this weird, sketchy blue lit hallway in the mall.
Yeah, appreciate that, Sina.
Yeah, thank you, Sina.
We start social. We haven't got the full yet, have we? I don't think we can.
No, I don't think we've gotten that yet.
I'm thinking like specifically the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, 425. Still
So
a
we
quicker
just gotta-
opening than Persona 4.
Got a few more days we gotta get through first. And yeah, Persona 4 takes forever to open.
Really good. Don't get me wrong, it's a good opening and it's engaging the first time.
It's one of those things of like, whenever people are like, man, I wish I could just skip the opening of a game and just get right to the actual gameplay and stuff part. I always think back to Tales of Grace's F. Because once you beat the game, one of the things you can unlock with the grade shop is the ability to skip the child arc. And I'm just like, thank God.
Honestly, I'd say like you want to skip openings. The two that would come to mind for me are Persona 4 and Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's sad. I kind of like the opening to Kingdom Hearts 2.
The opening for Kingdom Hearts 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back.
It's just kind of needless after you've been through it once.
Fair. Then again, it's not like I play Kingdom Hearts every year.
No. What is it, Mr.? You never know when a powerful enemy will appear except on the full moon. I mean, you could be like, oh, it's a spoiler until the game tells you that, and they don't figure it out until the second full moon sequence. But there's a countdown to the next full moon available from the minute you start the game.
Yeah, that is very true, but it's still trying to just be like, shh. Like, literally, you get off the train, you're heading to the dorm, and you already have the countdown of, like, 1 day until the next full moon.
Alright, let's start some balancing. One thing I do like about the way Persona 3, 4, and 5 work, you're never going to be stuck from not knowing what to do. Because it's always a forward progression based on the calendar. You can get stuck from not being strong enough. You'll never be stuck because you don't know what to do or where to go. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, that was rude. Also, like, take a look at Yukari's hair length, both on the model and on the portrait. And it's why it's always weird to me when we see Yukari in one of the anime cutscenes and her hair is so much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check everybody's status, actually. Everyone's healthy? Yeah, let's go for it then. I don't particularly.
Everyone's healthy. We're a bunch of high schoolers. Do you know what kind of food we're eating?
Ramen. In case anybody didn't know, that clock is the icon for the Discord and the chrono fragment.
Mm-hmm.
As we explore Tartarus, this place will be our temporary base of operations. It's only going to last about a year. Okay, so currently we have Orpheus and Pixie. Thunder. You know, in contrast with mainline SMT, I don't really use buffs and debuffs in Persona. What about you, ChanceEm?
Very honestly, I wasn't really much of a buff debuff person the first time I played Persona 3. I don't really remember using them a whole lot on subsequent playthroughs of Persona 3. Persona 4 very quickly told me, hey, you need to get out of that mindset for Persona. Because I got about 13 hours into the game and had to completely restart because I realized I had fucked up. But typically for Persona 3, aside from a few instances, I am not much of a person to rely on buffs and debuffs.
For me, it's not even a few instances. 3, 4, and 5, I don't use buffs or debuffs. I've beaten all of them without using buffs or debuffs. So this is going to be our early game goal, hitting that barricade before the first full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the Elizabeth quest stuff, it's just something I want to do, because if we can hit that before the first full moon, generally I feel comfortable taking on the full moon. You know, without additional grinding. Right, and here we go with the dungeons. So, how often do you tend to use the split up option?
I remember using it a lot. Typically, once I felt confident enough with a floor or an area, like, at least felt that I could take on stuff entirely on my own. Doesn't matter if Yukari and Junpei or whoever could take them on. I was just like, bitch, I can take it on my own. You guys are on your own. Bye. I would use the split up option a lot and be like, yeah, y'all can go find treasure, whatever.
Go find treasure, but don't get that.
Yeah, basically.
2 enemies remain. Don't get careless.
Yeah, in case anybody wasn't aware, we are using the controllable party mod, which allows me to control the party, because otherwise that's one of the mechanics of Persona 3 that I honestly hate.
That was a close one.
When you standard,
I was about to...
Yeah, you standard playthrough of Persona 3 or FES, you cannot control your party members, and it became way more infuriating than it. What are you gonna say, ChanceEm?
You were like, this is the controllable party mod, where you control your party, and I was like, shit, I thought it was gonna be something different. Who would have guessed?
1 enemy detected.
Get him! Get him, Yukari.
Who's the man?
Shut up.
I can't remember if I mentioned it in the last time that we played Persona 3, but like around the time... Oh, hi Gold Buddy.
A gold
Hi, Gold
one
Buddy.
on the first floor.
That is insane.
So what are you saying, ChanceEm?
Around the time that I played Persona 3 for the first time was also around the time I attended my first anime convention, and a thought I always had is I wanted to dress up as one of those floor shadows. Like, just get, like, a giant black cloth, attach, like, black gloves to it, so I could stick my arms in it, put a mask on it, and just, like, be like, I'm cosplaying, and just basically, like, take a nap on the floor. And be like, I'm good. It was, like, a really dumb thought I remember having back at the time. Be like the easiest Persona cosplay. Just show up to like a Persona photo shoot. Just be like, I'm a shadow. Good night, everyone.
Couldn't finish it off.
Help me!
So ordinarily, when you have the option of controlling your party, I wouldn't set them to manual control until boss fight or
Take the enemy down.
after the first full moon box. Maybe after the second.
Stay sharp.
Let's go off Persona 4. Go off Persona 4. Only I take control of the characters in battle for boss fights. Only until after the second dungeon, after which point every move becomes important enough that I'm controlling all. The controllable party mod gives you full control all the time. Because there's nothing in game to allow you to change it. Like, you could set something in here, but because the controllable party mod is intercepting that, there's nothing there to change it anyway. So it just gives you control all the time.
Three enemies remain. 2 enemies remain. Don't get careless.
That one just won't die.
Please hit! I couldn't defeat it.
Now strike back.
And of course, in Persona 3, getting back up helps.
Only one more.
Last one.
Hey, are you all right? 1 enemy remains.
That's not good.
Nope, that's not.
Because Persona 3 still operates under the
Well, that's good. He got the HP restored.
Persona 3 still operates under the standard Shin Megami Tensei rule of main character dies, game over. Which does have a good reason for it in Persona 3, though that reason would be a spoiler. It doesn't have a good reason in Persona 4. Which continues.
3 enemies present. Don't get careless.
So of course you're a Lowenthal voicing the main character. And you can really hear the Yuri Lowenthal in that.
Defeated. Good job.
Nice!
I do find it funny though between between Persona 3 and Persona 4. For Persona 4, they were just like, hey, you know who was good for our like main character? It's like, why don't we just like switch people around? So, like, cause you have Yuri Lowenthal voicing the main character in this game, and then he voices Yosuke in Persona 4.
Isn't there a button to check the whole map, or was that something I did?
I think that was added later.
One thing this game does have that Portable doesn't is the health refill, though. So you head back down to the lobby and it will refill your health. To compensate for that, though, Portable made it so you can go to the lake you've been to. Whereas this, you can only go from the lobby to a floor if that floor has a teleporter on it.
Enemies detected.
Not an access point.
Porcupine in danger.
They are really going brutal today, aren't they?
Help me!
Third time someone's gotten close to death today.
Two enemies.
Persona 3 is just trying to live up. It's trying to be SMT with the heart.
Be careful. Iori is severely injured.
It's just like you had troubles in SMT, right? Why don't we give you some troubles here?
2 enemies remain.
It's a fair point.
Iori is in danger, okay?
Damn it!
Oh. But it is a fair point. Persona 3 is the most Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Porcupine is in danger.
I can do it!
One more.
I have to specifically say 3, 4, and 5 because Persona 1 and 2 are very much SMT.
1 enemy remains.
I couldn't finish it off.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that sounds like a Junpei problem. So Persona 3 has the minor arcana cards. The cup restores health. A coin increases the amount of money you get from the battle. The wand increases the amount of experience you get from the battle. The sword gives you a weapon drop from that battle. Which sounds like it'd be good, but the weapon you get from that is always a level below what you're currently getting. Like, always going to be weaker than what you're currently using. It's always the level below. So if you're doing what you should be doing and having the best weapons you can get from the shop equipped when you go into Tartarus, which is what you should be doing, the weapons available to you through that will always be a level weaker than what you've got. Which means the sword card is almost always used.
Keep up the good work.
Imitation Katana, which is weaker than what Jun. Or it should be it. Oh god, I forgot about this. ChanceEm, how do you swap out your party's equipment in Persona 3?
Oh god.
Is it too late to quit and just do portable
You
instead?
got.
Oh, there you go. Junpei's equipped with imitation. The weakest katana.
That's Junpei's problem now.
I can give him a better weapon, he's not going to hit any better. Still going to miss him fall. So what are you saying, ChanceEm?
One enemy detected.
I was laughing and about to say what you do to equip them, but you did it, so it's just like.
Well, Saurus.
Ooh. Always nice when you can get a persona this way.
Probably a good idea to head back to the... start climbing again. I want that full heal.
Also a good time to maybe throw down a save.
That's not a bad idea.
If you're going back down to the entrance, might as well.
It's a good point of Persona 3 is the most SMT of 3, 4, and 5. Especially in the beginning, it is so easy to die, as you've seen. Like, it's amazing with how close everybody has come to death so many times. We've not actually had anybody die yet. And like, especially right now at this point in the game, a death is crippling. We've got one revival bead. If somebody goes down, that is a major issue. Not something we can just take care of. Treasure. So you might be asking, like, how long are we going to do this for? Generally, what I tend to do is I'll run, especially in early game, I'll run until somebody's tired.
There are 2 left.
Get him!
That's basically what I do as well.
The tired mechanic
Because-
is primarily there to prevent you from overgrinding.
Great recovery.
That was easy.
Essentially, after a certain amount of time, your characters will start to get tired. When they're tired, they won't hit as hard, and they'll miss more often, and take longer to get back up when they fall over. And I think they're more susceptible to criticals. Basically, if one of your characters is tired, get them out of battle. When you're in early game, one of your characters getting tired happens very often. You'll get like maybe 20 minutes of grinding.
Take the enemy
No,
down.
no, that's excessive. You'll get like 5 minutes. Say between 5 and 8.
What's wrong? Are you feeling
There you go.
tired?
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Ta-da-da-da! I'm the man!
Alright, I can't see the map, so did we pass the access point on this floor? I don't remember. No. So yeah, now that we're tired, not a good thing. Want to try and avoid fighting and find the access point so we can get out. And if somebody is tired, then when they leave Tartarus, they'll be sick the next day. Of course, there is something of a benefit for your main character being sick, which we'll take a look at the next day.
Oh, that sucks.
3 enemies are present. Don't get careless.
Oof.
It's gonna be a crit.
Nice.
Oh wait, no. Junpei
Damn it,
likes
Junpei.
Please hit! I couldn't
2
defeat it.
enemies remain. Don't get careless.
Wanna heal? Guard.
Iori has defeated an enemy.
Nice.
Last one!
Definitely wanna heal you, Car.
I can do it.
Also, just randomly, like the main character being naked there.
The main thing
You
I
ever
was
notice-
thinking there is Yukari having access, Yukari and Junpei having access to Cadenza, which is a fusion spell.
Just won't
All
die.
the main characters supposed to have access to
Interesting.
because of the mod.
Great recovery.
Not bad, huh?
Now let's get out of it. So now that we are tired, we're gonna leave and come back not tomorrow. Like I say, leave Tartarus when you're tired, you end up sick. And going into Tartarus while sick is a bad move. Yeah, we killed Lucifer. It happened ages ago, Teak. It was pretty easy.
Yeah, I was like, we're completely on a different game now, Teak.
It is Wednesday, my dude.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot.
Sorry, Mitsuru, we have new best girl.
It is what it is, and what it is none of your business. Yeah, that's right. The only voices I hear are the ones coming through my head. There is someone standing in front of your desk. Maybe one day you'll know who it is. Like, if he was stood a little ways off, that'd be reasonable to say. Like, look how close he's stood.
It's like what, like maybe a centimeter or something between him and the desk? It's like kind of just like looming over you, like, hello there.
Oh, that's right. Kenji. Oh.
Which is really weird.
Kenji's the magician.
Mm-hmm. But like, in context of everything, you would figure that your first social link should be like something that's actually story related.
Especially a point. Have you already seen the full social link? Have to check.
I don't know. That'd be something to, yeah, to check.
What a special ingredient is something no other ramen shop uses.
I'm concerned and feel like I need to have this place investigated.
Special sauce.
The special sauce.
Get up and eat. Why are you so interested in that? It's gotta be aggressive nowadays, he says, in 2009.
Does this game take place in 2009?
Yep. It says
For some reason,
every day transition.
For some reason I misread it and was thinking 2007.
In case it isn't obvious, like, don't be aggressive in pursuing women. Dumb idea.
Very dumb idea.
There is voice rings in your head. It's going to ring every time you level up a social link into Persona 3.
Thou shall have our blessing. It's like, please, just shut up.
Yeah, Persona 3 is my favorite Persona. Let me just complain about it. All the time.
That's why I made that comment earlier. It's like, oh, my favorite game. Fuck this game.
Yeah. It's not the fault of Persona 3 that later games built on what it created.
There's just quality of life that has happened since then.
And all of those
This
quality
game
of
is
life
technically-
improvements are
Welcome
transferred into Persona 3 Portable.
I was gonna say, this game is technically 15 years old.
Technically. Just because the next day is an important one doesn't mean you won't still get tired.
AKA, if you want to grind, you better do it early.
Yeah, don't go grinding the night before a full moon or something. Which is something they removed in Portable. You won't go into a full moon battle tired or sick. I am tired. So if I go to bed early, I should be able to avoid being sick. No, Yukari, you're not wearing your nurse's uniform yet.
Oh god.
No, I think the only cosmetic changing outfit that you can find, the only one that'll change the appearance, is the battle bikini. I think Persona
That's fair.
3 Portable evened it up by giving the guys underwear to wear as well. I forget if that was actually in this, but it's definitely in Portable.
I don't think it was in this, because I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I can still go to Tartar, so. Yep, so there you have the difference between using sword or bow. The bow's weaker, but if you miss, you're not going to fall. But a bow's supposed to be more likely to miss.
Yeah. That's why I stuck with sword, because I'm just like, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I always stick with swords. If you play Persona 3 Portable, they take the choice away from you and you just end up using one-handed swords. I think the female protagonist uses a different weapon. Might be the Naginata, but I don't. Right, so let's go to bed. Get an early night. So we could study, but studying while tired is a bad idea, because usually you're not going to get anything out of that. It's all stuff you'll learn through the length of an average play. Did I get better? Awesome. Yeah, you see it says 2009? Apathy syndrome, right? Oh, there you go. Like teams are opened up. One thing I'm not fond about Persona 3 doing is it doesn't matter which athletics team you join, they are all the same social link. Persona 4 has a difference with that. You can choose to join one of two sports teams. Whichever one you join, because it's the Strength Arcana, I think, in Persona 4 that is sports. And it's represented by two characters. One's in one team, one's in the other, but they're friends, and whichever team you join, you'll become friends with one, and then he'll introduce you to the other one, you become friends with both.
Yep.
But like, you still get to know one better than the other. But in this, no matter which athletics team you join, it's the same person, this guy.
I will admit that's something I did appreciate with Persona 4, because it felt, I guess, more realistic. That's the only word that's really coming to my mind at the moment. Because it feels kind of silly, like, oh yeah, no matter what team you join, it's gonna be this dude. It's like, oh, okay. Hi, random hallway.
So which one should we go for? Swimming, running, or kendo?
I almost always go for kendo, but that's because I also did fencing in high school. So I was like, I felt that was most appropriate for me.
Honestly, it'd be really nice if joining kendo would give you any kind of benefit in combat.
Mm-hmm. That's the other
Anything
thing of
could,
like
reasonably.
I could see like an increase in strength or an increase in agility or like an increase in like endurance or something like that. Like depending on what team you join, but missed opportunities.
And you know what the problem with that would be? You don't have your own stats. Your stats, whatever persona you have.
Oh yeah. I take it back.
Yeah, we did already start the full.
We did.
Popular and bright. His daughter. Frick. Yeah, kendo, swimming. Whichever one you join, you become friends with the same guy. Opens up the social link with the team manager, who's the same girl, and it goes through the same story. All of them. So this choice does not matter. The only thing it changes is the background or anything that happens during the club. Okay, I'm gonna go with kendo.
Truth be told, I feel like kendo makes the most sense out of all of them.
If I was using a two-handed sword, sure.
You could still get knowledge of like one-handed swords from using two-handed swords.
The form would be completely different.
Yuko.
And of course, Yuko is, of course, better.
Every time we see a new character, it's just like, yes, best girl.
Let's go. To be fair, I do actually really like Yuko.
I do too.
I don't think Persona 3 really has a bad romance option, thinking about it.
You mean a rah mama?
No, we're sticking around for a little longer. I feel like there are a couple of girls in Persona 4 that you wouldn't really want to romance. Persona 5. If you're gonna romance Futaba, then it's creepy. Mostly because she's so obviously so young. It doesn't feel. Yeah, I don't think any of the romance options in Persona 3 are a bad idea. The problem is that you have to romance them all.
You have to romance them all, and you really can't pull off romancing more than one at a time.
No. So, if you're gonna make friends with a girl, you want to be very careful about how far you push it before Valentine's Day. And one mechanic this game has that was removed of all later games and Persona 3 Portable, social links reversing and breaking. If you don't spend time with the social link for too long, it'll reverse. And if you do anything Like, if you say the wrong thing in a conversation with them, it could break. And that's it. The problem.
Sup, dude?
Yeah, we gotta be careful about who we date and how many we date at the same time. Because if we're with more than one person on Valentine's Day, that's broken social links. Yeah, I've known him for a long time, even though we don't usually hang out. He always says he has better things. Okay, so I'm good. And if you're gonna go into Tartarus, what's the one thing you want to do beforehand, ChanceEm?
Check everyone's status.
No.
Check everyone's
So,
equipment.
as we are at the minute, everybody should be fine. There's no reason to go check them. You know what it is I'm thinking?
What are you thinking? God.
Yep, Mira's right. Go to the bathroom. There's a chance your condition will rise when you go to the bathroom. It could go from tired to good. It could go from good to great.
I have some questions.
Go on.
What are you doing in the bathroom?
Well, you know, just you pee when you really need one can really help. Loose a vicious dump.
It's like your condition has gone from good to great. What are you doing that is causing your condition to go great?
Letting out a dump.
I will admit, I completely forgot that Persona 3 had that mechanic. Because I don't think it's in... No, it's not in Persona 4, because Persona 4 doesn't have the condition-based thing.
And it's not in Persona 5 either, because Persona 5 also. I mean, Mir's right. You've never felt amazing after taking a big dump. Never felt lighter. Lighter on your feet.
I mean, sure, why not? Just gonna go lose 5 pounds real quick.
I mean, it's anime, so it's entirely possible.
Three enemies present. Don't get careless.
That's actually...
2 enemies remain. Don't get careless.
There we go.
Yes, excellent attack. One more.
So, the big trick of Persona 3, 4, and 5,
Keep up the good work.
also than in standard SMT, is weakness exploitation. If you hit an enemy's weakness or you crit them, you get one more attack. If you're able to knock every enemy down through hitting them all with a weakness or a crit, then you get the option for an all-out attack. That should be your goal in any combat encounter.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the press turn system in regards of, like, you get the one more chance.
3 enemies present. Don't get careless.
Enemies get it too, don't they?
There are 2
Yes.
left. Get 'em!
I think in this one,
Mm-hmm. The only thing, of course, is where it differs is if you're able to knock down all the enemies,
There's only
because
one left.
all-out attacks aren't really in SMT.
no.
You have the potential to grow.
Always pick the one when it pops up. Not much of an increase, but it is an increase.
Mm-hmm.
Free experience is free experience. Oh, come on, I timed that one.
3 enemies. You're at a disadvantage.
You know what I've always found to be a bigger problem in Persona than SMT?
What?
Yes,
MP
excellent.
management.
One more.
I think it's largely because the MP restoration items are generally less available in Persona.
You know, that's a good point.
Like in Persona 4, when the tired mechanic doesn't exist, it's like, oh, how do I judge how long I'm going to be in a dungeon grinding for? It's until my healer runs out of MP.
Mm-hmm.
Or like both my healers.
Two enemies detected.
I'm back to Orpheus.
One more.
Nice!
What a stunning victory.
It was the biggest problem I had with Persona 4 on my first playthrough. I got to the final boss, and it's a very drawn out 2 days affair. And for my first playthrough, like, I was running through all of the MP I had, my healer, in the first phase. Without any way of restoring it. Like, Persona 4 is, like, OG Persona 4 is so stingy about MP restoration.
2 enemies detected. Yes, excellent attack. Awesome. 1 enemy remains. A complete victory.
There we have it.
Great job.
Really wish they'd stop throwing Pixie at me.
They just really want to make sure you have Pixie. Even if you already have Pixie.
I've already got Pixie. Everybody already has Pixie.
2 enemies detected. One more.
Nice!
And one for Jenny Nook.
What a stunning victory.
Was it a stunning victory though? Pretty sure it was very basic.
All basic things can be stunning depending on context.
Thinking basic bitches.
An assault
I
by
mean,
2 enemies.
perhaps.
Strong. Good, Iori.
You know what?
The enemy's
Convenient
Wow.
note to miss. I don't think I've ever seen that happen
Wow.
before. Oh god damn it.
A complete victory.
Kari's
Great.
not in the fight.
Rip Yukari.
This is something I actually don't like about Persona 3. Because of the way you can split party members off. They'll put you into fights without your full party, if your party isn't close enough. And what happened there? Yukari got stuck on a wall.
Rip.
Yeah, I think we'll call it here. Head back down.
No.
So if any of your party members are tired when you come back down, they will just leave when you get to the lobby. Yeah, Persona 3, mechanically probably the most complex of the Persona games. Even after 5 brought in all the jumping around you can do, and reintroduced Duke and Gun. Let's say Persona 3 is still more complicated. Anyway, that's going to do it for us for tonight. We've done about an hour and 15 minutes of Persona 3, but we finished off Nocturne, that was always the main point.
Mm-hmm. Persona 3 is just kind of the bonus, because, well, that final fight of Nocturne went kind of quick.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a lot easier, though Lucifer still could have killed me at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
Where were your SMT bosses? I'll do that game again on Switch, so I can just have a complete save file there. Probably going to be a while before I actually...
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I did want us to take a look at the HD version at some point.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, we can do it some other time. I would have had to switch stuff anyway, because the HD version's on Switch.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that at some point, give our comments and thoughts on a bunch of it. Main point to take away, not worth full price that it's being charged for. Wait for a sale.
Yep, that's basically what I'm doing at the moment.
What I did. The deluxe edition came down on sale, which comes with the Maniacs pack, so you get Dante. The 2 DLC maps for grinding money and experience. The Merciful difficulty DLC. And the music packs that let you swap out the battle music and the world map music for SMT1 or SMT4 music. But only the world map and battles on the world map. So it feels incredibly pointless. Anyway, that is going to do it for us for today. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. May, Clem, T, Diner. Did I forget anybody?
Mayor Teak, Clem, Sina, not that I can think of.
A quick look back through it. There's the bot that we banned. Yeah, looks like that's it. Thank you all for joining us. Always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. And of course, a super big special thank you to ChanceEm for joining me on mic once again.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm glad we were able to finally beat Nocturne, and just in time for SMT5.
Yep, Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out on Friday. Definitely look forward to that. I've pre-ordered it. ChanceEm has pre-ordered it. And next Sunday we're going to be playing SMT5 as a quick one-off look.
Are we?
No. I debated it honestly, but like, there's not really much point.
Yeah.
We're both going to be starting it, probably. Like, I intend to start because I have next week off anyway. So I'm going to start it while I'm off. And you might start it if you can, see how you do. During the week if you have time or anything.
I'm probably gonna try and start it. I know I'm still life. Still trying to 100% my way through Neo the World Ends With You. But I'm getting to that point of being actually burned out on the gameplay of that. So I am pretty excited about SMT5 coming out. I'm at 81% completion on Neo the World Ends With You, but I am excited to play something else. So I already have all my money set aside to pick it up Friday. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I already paid for it in its entirety.
I
So
didn't because
shut
I
up.
have been basically saving my I've basically been saving my tips from work and being like all my tips will go to video games.
It's not really a bad idea.
Because that way I'm like, well, I'm not really, calculating this money into my bills and stuff, so I don't have to worry about it until it comes time to be like, oh, I should pull from that so I can go get that game I want.
Hmm. Plus, like, we get it on Thursday or Friday. We play through it a bunch, and then Sunday we'd just be playing through the opening again, and I don't think
Yeah.
I'd want to go through it that soon again.
I would not want to go through it that soon.
Yeah, especially if it's like Naruto in T4. On that note, I am currently working on a possible way of doing 3DS games, but I have to get back to you guys about that. If that works out, then SMT4 is on the cards. You guys know how much I've been wanting to do that? ChanceEm, did you play SMT4? I forget.
I played SMT4, but I did not finish it up. SMT4 came out during kind of a hard patch in my life, and I got a decent amount through it, I remember, but I just never finished it.
Would I drop Persona 3 for SMT? Yeah, work on that, hopefully get that sorted, and possibility of doing SMT4, which you guys know I've wanted to do for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us for tonight. Once again, thank you all for watching, always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. And super big special thank you to ChanceEm and Bob Anson for joining.
And thank you so much for having me. I very much appreciate it.
Don't forget to check ChanceEm out over his own stream, where he occasionally plays video games sometimes.
I sometimes play video games.
60% of the time he plays video games every time. And yeah, it's going to do it for us. Is anybody else streaming right now? Magic is doing Far Cry 6, so I'm going to throw a shout out for Magic. If anybody wants to keep the stream viewing going, check Magic out. Magic's cool people, pops in here every now and then. He's definitely a cool person. Honestly, wish I had the time to get into his streams more often. But he's playing through Far Cry 6, probably on hard mode, because that's just what he does. Action mode, I don't know what that is, because I haven't played 6, and I'm probably not gonna. I might play 4, I haven't done. Kind of in the mood for doing 3 again. I don't want to play 3 again, but 4 was basically 3 again. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. That'll be my personal time now. Of which I just little. Yeah, check Magic out. Magic's cool people. Yeah, with that, Anything you want to say before we go, ChanceEm?
Nothing much. Make good decisions, I guess. I don't know how to make good decisions. You have to make good decisions on my behalf.
Don't do what I did and say fuck it to everything, destroy the universe. Just so you can go punch God in the face.
We destroyed the universe and we didn't even get to punch God in the face.
Well, we're going to punch God in the face.
Eventually.
That's probably like the craziest thing about True Demon ending, that it's not an ending. And so far, nothing has followed it up.
Yeah, like the ending to that felt more like a beginning.
Mm-hmm. I think the closest it's been to being followed up is the Size of the Diamond Realm DLC for Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. Although that implies that Demi-Fiend comes from a universe where he fell to Lucifer. And he wants to go for a rematch. I don't know. And destroyed the world ended the cycle of recreation so that we can go and fight God. It's not so much the end as it is the beginning of the last battle, is the idea. I hope SMT5 takes us back to fighting God.
I just imagine, you know, being a teenager, just showing up and being like, "All right, God, you've had one too many good games. You deserve to get punched again."
Is that we talk about? I don't think we really talked about it, but generally, if there is a big bad of the Mega 10 series, it's really God, Jehovah. But we've not been able to directly fight him since like SMT2. SMT2 have fake Jehovah? I forget. Yeah, SMT4 didn't have you deal directly with God. I don't think 4 Apocalypse does, but I could be wrong. So I guess we'll see with 5. Will 5 let us go for God again? The old days, who knows? That's part of the reason why I'm disappointed Demi-Fiend was announced to be DLC for that. I would have really hoped they'd continue something about that.
And that's something that's kind of sad, is also the whole thing of announcing DLC before the game is even out.
Yep. Into the current gaming industry. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us. Any last words, ChanceEm?
Nope, I've already said my piece.
So with that, nothing really else for us to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day and take care. Catch you next time, guys.
See ya.
Bye.